Hello everyone. I've got a lot of new subscribers to the channel since the last time I made a video. I'm pretty sure most of them came after watching the same video that has gotten quite a few views lately, so thanks for that. I got several questions about the settings I use for my trail cameras, so I'm going to go over those with you all and hopefully give you some tips that will help you get the videos or pictures that you're after. Even if you're not using this particular model or brand of camera. So what I've got here is a Browning Recon Force Advantage. It's my go-to camera. I have several of them. It takes 1080p video at 60 frames per second, which is pretty nice. Let's put it up here. So we're going to go to camera setup. The date and time, that is pretty obvious. Operation mode, I always use video. Photo quality, this doesn't matter if you're going to use the video mode. Now video length, I go 20 seconds. A lot of people have strong opinions on this. I think 10 seconds is too short if the animal stops to do something in front of your camera. You can use smart IR or a short delay in between with 10-second clips. I'll go over that later. But I prefer 20 seconds. It's a good amount of time in case something cool happens, and it's not going to eat quite as much battery or memory as 30 seconds. Video quality, I go ultra for this camera. If you don't know the specs of what kind of quality you're getting on your camera when it says something vague like high or ultra, you should be able to look that up online or in the user's manual. Photo delay, it's kind of deceiving because photo delay also applies to videos on this camera. So I go 1 second. The smart IR feature, which I'll cover later, is really cool, but it doesn't always work, especially if the animal is not moving a whole lot but is still there. So the delay here is just between when it ends one clip and when it starts another one. So if you have a deer doing something and you only had 10 seconds on, but it keeps moving after those 10 seconds, it's only going to delay 1 second before it starts a new clip. I've actually had videos where I stitched together several clips with the 1 second delays in there, and it almost looks like one continuous shot. You can barely notice. Multi-shot mode, that won't matter. I use Fahrenheit for the temperature. Camera name, this will show up in the bottom right if you select the data strip on, which is right here. Go ahead and leave it off. I never mess with motion test. Motion detection, this all depends on the setup. If you've got a pretty close in or a closed in area that you have the camera on, you should only need 60-foot range. Go ahead and select 80 though if you've got a lot of space in front of your camera, like in a field or something where there's quite a bit of distance in front of the camera for stuff to walk by. You don't want to miss stuff that's further away from the camera. Battery type, I have lithium in here. I always go lithium. If you plan on using the camera for more than a few rounds of batteries, lithium will save you money, even though they are significantly more expensive to buy. Trigger speed, I always go fast. I don't want to miss anything, so I always go fast on that. And that's just how fast the camera starts recording after it detects motion. Excuse me. Time-lapse frequency and period doesn't matter because I'm in video mode. And then default settings, you can just revert to them, so don't mess with that. Delete all. We'll delete everything you have on that card. TV out, I don't need to mess with this because I'm not plugging it into anything. IR flash power, I like to go long range just so that I don't miss anything in the background there at night. Again, if it's a really close setup, like you've got not a lot of space between the camera and a backstop, say a rock or some trees, you might be able to do economy and it'll work out just fine, but I like long range just so that I don't miss out on any cool videos at night that aren't fully illuminated. And then smart IR video, this is that setting I mentioned earlier. This is pretty cool. I always turn this on. And what smart IR does on the Browning cameras is even though you've selected a 10-second or 20-second or a 30-second clip duration, Smart IR is going to keep filming if it detects motion. Like I said, it doesn't always work, but it is pretty good sometimes at continuing the video even after the time you selected has elapsed. For instance, I've had bears feeding in front of my camera, and even though I only selected 20 seconds, the Smart IR kept picking up the movement and filmed for over 2 or 3 minutes, so that's pretty cool. Don't need to mess with that, and then this is just if you upgrade the camera. So, anywho, those are my settings. I hope that helps you guys a little bit. If you've had different experiences or have questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll get a new video up here soon with actual animal footage.